Hope all is going well with you. You're having a wonderful day, and that you are enjoying the things that life is presenting to you in the best way possible. Well, I'm just going to comment on Bronny James. We all know that he had a near-death experience as he practiced basketball. His heart stopped, and he had to be cardioverted so that his heart was brought back into a normal rhythm. The thing about heart muscle is that it has a rhythm. It actually has an automaticity that allows it to contract, unlike our other muscles. So when it stops, if you can bring it back into the rhythm, it will continue that rhythm possibly forever. Or it could have periods where it might have abnormal rhythms, or it might even stop for a period of time. Naturally, if it stops for too long and nobody intervenes, that leads to death. Well, Bronny James has been evaluated by cardiac specialists. His diagnosis, as far as I know, is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which means that for quite a while, his heart has been beating very hard to keep up with the activities he's been doing. So in order to keep up, just like a muscle, it gets bigger, it gets thicker, and unfortunately when a muscle such as the heart gets bigger and thicker, it doesn't really work as well. It has more trouble getting enough blood into the ventricles and pumping it out in order to compensate for the activity you're doing. And so that leads to big problems with doing any type of athletic activity. It's not just a matter of shrinking the heart size, though, because that is not effective in making the heart better. What is the treatment normally for a person who has hypertrophic cardiomyopathy? Well, what I'm thinking is a heart transplant. Well, that would give Bronny a normal-sized heart, which is able to work more efficiently, but of course, it would probably throw him out of all athletic competitions in the future. Or he would be doing it at his own risk, and certainly schools would not want to recruit him for athletic activities after a heart transplant. So he is still being evaluated by doctors, and I believe LeBron really wants to find somebody who's going to say, I can fix this, I can get him back onto the field, he can go on and have a great, fabulous basketball career just like his father, and you can live your dream of playing in basketball competitions against your son or with your son and be pictured together on the court. My feeling is that you have to look at Bronny for other attributes. What else is he besides a basketball player? What else can he do that he really enjoys? And he needs to start investigating those other areas. There are many things he can do and have a fabulous life, just like his dad. He's going to have the advantage of having startup money, so any business he wants to go into, he can be extremely successful, and he does not have to be a basketball player. And I think that's a plus, and that his family should start focusing on that. I think it's great to go and get fully tested as to what kinds of problems he may have with his heart and what kinds of solutions these hospitals might be able to offer him. But I think being realistic, some of the things they can consider is training him in coaching that pays well, has often a better career lineage than being an actual player. Being a sports owner, he could do that, and then he could be involved in the game. Of course, that is also something that has a lot of stress. There's a lot of emotion, and having a heart problem might not be the greatest thing for fields that are involved or related to a lot of stress. So whether or not he wants to remain in the sports in any way is something they're going to have to figure out. And there are many non-sports related fields that he can go into, including some sort of medicine. He can go into sports medicine. He could be a trainer. He could be a sports doctor. He could lead a team of sports doctors. He could do all kinds of things that would be low stress, very satisfying as far as his job. But a lot of children of very successful people often have to come to the realization that they're not going to be able to duplicate or even be able to compete with the successes of their parents. And that's just something those kids have to go through. But finding what's really best for the child, what fits their body, their constitution, what fits them mentally, and what's going to allow them to have a long and healthy life is really the goal here. Not just to get them on the basketball court, throwing a ball and scoring 2 and 3 points at a time. That's sometimes the problem with getting your goals too fixed too early in life, because you never know where your body's going to take you or where other things are going to cause blockages to your original goals. You always have to be flexible. You always have to have other game plans that are possible and that you find very, very satisfying, so that you're not following in a job that you don't like and you're just settling. There are many, many fields out there, and I hope that Bronny explores those fields as aggressively as he is following up on alternative medicine choices that he can get in order to getting back on the basketball playing field, which I do not think is going to be a realistic choice for him with his alleged cardiac diagnosis. Now, when I hear of schools and teams talking about the possibility of going ahead, taking a risk with him if he wants to go ahead and play, the only thing they talk about is the possibility of the stress of having a repeat occurrence while he's on their team, or the legal implications if something should happen while he's playing. Very few people, and should I say none, actually talk about the fact that this person is going through extraordinary stress and is shortening his life, and that he is a great person, a great character, and there are many, many things he can do other than play on the field. Now, all of the people who are working at these schools, as coaches, as teachers, as so many things, all of these people did not have the ability to play on the basketball court as a great professional. And that is something that Bronny is going to have to also face. He will probably not have the realistic choice of continuing to play on the basketball court representing a school or a professional sports team. But life is full of so much, so many things. I believe it's Tom Cruise's son, his black son, who chose to get involved with cruising. And excuse the pun, but I believe he is working with boats and taking people out on tours or trips or something like that. And he seems very happy. I may have that profession wrong, but it's something like that. And to further separate himself from his father, he has gained a lot of weight over the recent years from pictures I've seen. So he seems very, very happy with his career choice. He has not chosen to follow his dad in acting, and he doesn't seem, from the stories I've heard, to have any regrets about that. So, Bronny, we wish you the best. LeBron, we feel your pain in not having your vision of your son's career as you wanted it. But I think you're going to find yourself much happier with a healthy child that's going to live a long life rather than losing your child on the court during a basketball game. I can't predict his future, but that's just my opinion. I hope all of you will take care. I love you. Be good. Bye.